In this module of ABC Life program, a huge part of learning. Without it, you are bound to stumble around blindly, relying on trial and error to discover the way forward rather than utilize proven processes. This insight is important because as a learner, you must assess your level of insight and self awareness. Because to get where you want to go, it is vital to know where you are. Therefore, awareness is like knowing your starting point when beginning a journey. Many people have a skewed image of themselves in some areas, including what the real goal, value, and the issues and obstacles underlying their real problem. Being more aware provide clarity so that the learning process can be more effective and targeted. So, without further ado, let's get started and look at the importance of self-awareness and how to cultivate it in yourself. Before you can really begin helping yourself gain an awareness about yourself, it is important for you to become self aware. Not only is it a good practice to use on yourself, but it will alert you to your strengths and areas where you need further development. You look at it who you are as an individual. Second, who you are as a learner. Third, what are your strengths, opportunities, and obstacles in these roles? Are your goals and values aligned with your strengths and skills? What is holding you back? And what are the deeper roots of these barriers? So, what does self awareness entail? It's your own conscious knowledge of your feelings, emotions, and desires. It's about knowing your own inner character, or in other words, what makes you you. What gets you out of bed every morning? What's important to you, and why is it important to you? Where do you seek and receive your validation and appreciation? What does success and happiness looks like for you? And so on. In some areas, you separate yourself as an individual from you as a learner. How so? Your thinking. You have your goals, biases, relationships, and wishes that separate from your role as a learner. Not entirely because it still influences you as a whole person, but it is not directly related. Those things that you value and hold dear, that you draw strength from in difficult times. Also, by developing your emotional intelligence, you recognize where you lack empathy or focus too much on yourself. You will also be aware when you allow your pain and difficulties which disrupts the relationship between you and your mind. You will be able to control these things and remain in objective, empathetic, and powerful learner. You will be able to do what is best for you no matter the circumstances. In other ways, your individuality adds value to your learning. What got you interested in learning to begin with? Most likely, it was some passion to serve and make a difference, and that is great basis to start on. The servant you is a good and necessary part to bring to your learning. You have your own life experiences that can help you empathize. You want to bring the empathetic you to your learning. The knowledge and wisdom that you are gaining from taking this program is necessary. The knowledge and wisdom you gain from our experts you work with is also crucial for your learning success. So, you always want to bring the cognitive you to your learning. Being self aware gives you the confidence you need to project to your mind. Your mind feel understood and feel heard. Your mind wants a confident person, and confidence doesn't mean you know all the answers. Remember that forever. Being a confident person means you know that you will guide within your limits and in the direction you need to go with an understanding of where you are. And you readily recognize when something is outside your ability to assist. It doesn't mean you give up. You continue to work with the mind. In this way, you as the learner may operate as general contractor. Just as a home builder, you have to hire someone else to wire the home for electricity or install the plumbing. You may help yourself tackling one particular area of your life or one single step on your path of the outcome. It is also about self awareness, knowing yourself and your abilities so that you can be the best. Inner awareness. Once you have developed your own self awareness, you are able to do a better job in helping your dear ones gain their own sense of awareness. When you are self aware, you are also able to better understand others and articulate themselves how these other people perceive them. For example, imagine walking past a window and suddenly you notice that your shirt color does not match your outfit, or you have a blotch on your trousers. You felt neat and fashionable, but you were not aware of these things, so people may have been perceiving differently. Now that you have the conscious knowledge of what your outfit really looks like, you may make some changes accordingly. And it also helps explain people's reaction to you earlier, or why someone was staring at you as slightly weird. You see things from a different and more realistic perspective when you are self aware. Likewise, your mind needs to know themselves and how you are perceived. It will help know your strengths and react better to the environment around you, which facilitates goal achievement. In other words, it is difficult to aim to become your best self when you are not consciously aware of who your current self really is. Therefore, awareness is main foundation from which to control your destiny. Being self-aware is about knowing where you are and why you are there, and that knowledge enables change. For an individual, awareness could mean accepting their flaws and their strengths. It takes committed self examination to gain a good level of awareness. Often, our lives are like an onion. We have to peel back layer after layer to get to the core of what is going on. So, what can you do to encourage and support self awareness? Firstly, practice mindfulness. By focusing in the present moment, you connect in a deeper way you may not have before. You connect with the environment. Think about this. Spending mindful time in nature helps clear the fog of the rat race and constant bombardment of information and noise that may create a false sense of importance to the wrong things. Self awareness can be accomplished by you looking inwardly and focusing on your thoughts, emotions, and consciousness. It has to be put into practice and cannot come from reading a book or watching a video. You can learn strategies, but to actually become self aware, you must focus your attention inwardly. This is difficult concept in modern society because there are so many external stimulations. Furthermore, some people are afraid of what they will find when they look inward. So, they spend tremendous amount of effort avoiding honest self-reflection. Just as Hollywood uses makeup and costume to hide the actor behind the character. We sometimes try to cover who we really are because we don't want to face our true self. We bury our real self in external matters, hoping to never glimpse our painful or shameful side. It is critical because if you are not self aware, then you cannot fix the root of what is causing you to seek to begin with. Likewise, as you develop your self awareness and help yourself become self aware, you also be aware of your surroundings. The basis of this discovery process lies in your interaction. How do you communicate with yourself? Does your mind need stern rules and boundaries? Some may only require gentle nudging. Others need tough love. Their needs can also change depending on the situation or context. By being aware of yourself, you are better able to communicate with you in the manner that will serve you the best. How often do you have to meet with your needs? That's a great question. Some need to be steered occasionally, others may need daily check ins, some may want to intensely work for a short period of time, others want to gradually make progress over a longer time frame. Knowing what works best for yourself, unique expectation can help you determine the service offering that will best suit every person. Knowing what you want and expects is cornerstone of awareness. To manage your expectation so that you are not disappointed and you stay motivated as a big part of self-awareness. A plan does not always work out first time. Things tend to go wrong and they will, and we should be prepared for that. Rather than a failure, you should see it as an opportunity to ask yourself what happened and to uncover more about yourself. Is your action small enough? Can you raise the priority? That's all you are trying to do. Small action, big priority. Small step, big focus. If it's not working, maybe you haven't made the action small enough yet or the priority big enough yet. You may not have the logistical checklist right. You may not have anchored it into the best space in your life. You may not yet deeply understand the benefits. Some are looking for advice, which is the easy way out. It is about helping you find your answers. Others simply want someone to listen. Maybe they are experiencing the crowded loneliness around them where no one takes the time to actually understand them without judgment. Some feel better just by venting their frustration, their anger, their guilt. That's okay. As long as venting is what they need and it helps them move from where they are to where they want to be. Having looked at why you should build self awareness in yourself and the important part it plays in learning, we conclude our lesson on self awareness. Final thoughts before we go. For now, you know that self awareness in yourself is critical to be able to move forward in the right direction. You also understand that awareness is the first step in the ABC framework. With this important realization, you will make sure that the appropriate emphasis and time is spent on making sure that self awareness is in place before continuing the process. The next lesson is about self auditing or the need to examine what one values in each of the key areas of our lives: family, friends, health, career, and spiritual. But before you join the next lesson, please remember to go and check out the reflection and practical exercises first and take time to do them. Until next time, keep up the good work and let happiness be a choice that spreads